my God. Alright guys, so the last video I showed I was having some issues with this Jeep. The problems it was giving me, it was idling fine, it was driving fine, but as soon as you let off the gas, it would stall out. And it was really annoying because this Jeep is really close to becoming a good daily driver. I've been chasing all kinds of problems. I replaced the distributor itself, the cap, rotor, plugs and wires, chased down some vacuum leaks. What I got here is the idle air control. So I pulled this guy out of there. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty gunked up. So I'm gonna take some brake parts cleaner, get her cleaned up, pop it back in and see if that's my issue. All right, let's see if this worked. All right, don't mind the squeaking belt. I know that's kind of annoying. I think I might have just fixed this. I struggled with it yesterday. I kind of gave up on it because I pulled the IAC out and it was really dirty. I cleaned it up. I thought, all right, cool, this is gonna fix it. Fired it back up and it was just exactly the same. So what I didn't do, it was my own fault. I guess you're supposed to take the terminals on the battery and hold them together for 30 seconds, which resets the computer. I did that just now. I put my OBD2 in, reset the 1 code that I have, not 5 like I had yesterday. And now it doesn't die out on me, which is cool. So before, every time that I revved it up or gave it any kind of gas and then I let up off the gas, it would die out. And now it runs just like it should. So this makes me really happy, although what doesn't make me happy, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of fog on this windshield here, which indicates a heater core leak. Not the end of the world since it's summertime. I can just bypass those 2 lines, I guess, for now, but that'll be addressed next. I'm just really excited that this thing is running good. Who would have known? That's what fixed it. I don't have any lights on right now, which is cool. I usually had an airbag light, which comes and goes, and a check engine light, which is now off. I just took it for a spin, and I think I'm gonna go for another one. Cross my fingers that it doesn't just act up again. I was getting a code for a TCM, the transmission control module, which is right under here. It's easy to replace. It's like 200 bucks, but I was just confused why this was dying out so much. Everyone told me it was the IAC. I checked that. I changed the cheap TPS sensor, and yeah, I guess those were my problems. Now we're gonna go for a little ride. All right, so this thing always drove really nice. Besides a few problems, it sputtered, which wasn't cool. And the transmission kind of gave me this bucking, not wanting to shift feeling under low RPMs. Like right now, if you give it gas, it always shifted great and it always drove good. When I would shift into overdrive like this, or take my foot completely off the gas, and then get back on the gas. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It'll take some time to figure out if that problem's actually fixed. But right now, I think it's pretty cool that I can just drive it and come to a stop, take my foot off the gas, and not have to worry about this thing stalling out. One step closer to becoming a good daily driver. I tossed around some ideas what we're gonna do with this, but for now, until we figure out something crazy to do with it, we're just gonna put a little lift on it, maybe get some tires for it, and yeah, give it some personality. We're getting a custom bumper made too. I'll show you exactly what I did here. I didn't know that you had to take your terminals, cross them together, touch them, hold them together for 30 seconds, resets the computer. Then I went and cleared my codes with my OBD2. And I guess changing this helped because I no longer had the throttle position sensor code. So after I crossed the wires together, reset the computer, I went into my OBD2, ran my codes, and I had 1 code left, the PO122. And that was my TPS. So I reset that because that's new, that shouldn't be coming on, and erased the code. It allowed me to erase the code, started her up, and as you just saw, I went on a nice little ride and she doesn't die out anymore, which is really cool. So next thing with this Jeep is gonna be a lift kit. Not sure what I'm gonna go with. I like the Rubicon Express that's on the green Jeep over there. I like the way that sits. I don't know, I think this is a rough country on the red, on this 2JZ, I'm not really sure, but we might go something completely different with this one. We're gonna get it lifted. I wanna keep the factory flares, maybe take the door trim off, put some wheels on it, tints, and that'll be it for now until we do something crazy with it, which will probably include taking this motor out and putting something bigger in. So yeah, quick update for the stock Cherokee. I'm honestly blown away about the cleanness of this Jeep. I mean, these rockers are insanely clean. They're solid. No Bondo. This door is absolutely mint. The paint's not even that bad. Clean the door jambs. I mean, look at this interior, man. This is a 1998 Jeep Cherokee. And it doesn't look too bad. Just cleaned her up. Got all that black stuff from people leaving their arms there. Cleaned up the dash a little bit. Now we got to get these seats steam cleaned or something like that. There's barely a tear in that seat too. If you guys don't watch my videos, I'm giving this Jeep, well, I already gave it to my best friend Josh. Yeah, he drove this shit box behind me, and it's the worst vehicle ever. Yeah, I bought this one for him. I got lucky and got a really clean Jeep. I talk about it a lot on this channel just because I love it. That one's nice and all. That's the 2JZ, but I can assure you this one is so much cleaner than that one. Even the green one too. This one has absolutely no rot. This thing is actually really hard for me to give away, but he's my best friend though, and he deserves the car. We're gonna do a lot of cool stuff to it too. It's not staying stock. So stay tuned for this build series. This will be a really fun one. It's not gonna be any 2JZ, but maybe something in the future we could throw an LS in this. But for now, we're gonna have some fun with it. We're not just gonna let it sit up here. This deserves to be driven. This is by far the cleanest Jeep Cherokee that I've seen in the area. And I'm not just saying that. I've seen a lot. I go and look at a lot. But yeah, this one's really clean, and I got it for a really good price. So stay tuned for this Jeep. Lots of content to come.
The next day.
Well, first technically breakdown in the Jeep. I thought I just blew it up. I don't think that's the case, but it can't be good. That happened. Goddamn exhaust just fell off. So what happened is I was coming over here, it merges into 2 lanes. I got on it, it popped. Obviously the exhaust fell off. I'm just happy that wasn't the transmission. I thought I just blew my transmission or transfer case or something, but yeah, the exhaust just fell off. So here we are. Gotta find a way to get her back up there. Oh yeah. Fun times. Jeep life. It's got another sensor that was bad. I was getting all ready to throw that in, and now you gotta leave me stranded. It's just an exhaust, but still. As much as this sucks, I knew I needed the exhaust done. I just didn't know it was that bad. But yeah, Josh is on his way to rescue me. He's gonna find something that hopefully we can just hang it up there and tie it up for now. Yeah, I was on my way to work when all this happened, so I still need to get to work. But we're gonna find a way to hold it up there. It broke right before the cat, and it looks like it was held on with like some type of exhaust clamp. So I'm gonna try my best, rig it up for now, get to work. And yeah, I was gonna change that sensor at work too. She's been running good, but that check engine light came back on for a map sensor. So that's what I got in this box right here. I'm gonna throw that on. That's the only code I had, but it was running a little shitty, I gotta say. It was sputtering pretty bad again. So I guess you could say my Jeep straight piped itself all on its own. I think she's trying to tell me something. Might as well get a startup on this girl while I'm waiting for Josh. Let's see how it sounds. Oh, it's gonna be rowdy. Oh my God. Yeah, enough of that. That just sounded like straight garbage. Yeah, what I have here in this box is a map sensor. That's the only code I was having before all this happened. I'll probably have an O2 sensor code and who knows what. But yeah, this little guy, stupid thing's $100. I'm gonna replace that tonight at work. That was my only code that was coming up. And yeah, hopefully that fixes the stuttering issue. It was driving so good when I cleared all the codes, changed the TPS. Now I'm gonna clean the throttle body, put the map sensor in. Hopefully that'll fix everything. And now we got an exhaust to fix too. That's why you always keep your tool set on you. Always keep your tools on deck for times like this. She's solid. And just like that, we're back on the road. We just put it up there temporarily until I get a new exhaust, which will be next. So yeah, we're back on the road. Certified roadside mechanic. Let's go. So good news, I made it to work. Everything was good, I guess. The exhaust held up. We won't even show that. That's temporary. Well, I made it to work. That's all that matters. Over here, this is what I originally drove the Jeep into work for. So I was gonna change this out for Josh. That is the MAP, or manifold absolute pressure sensor. I'm throwing a code for that, so I'm gonna change it. Throttle body looks a little dirty, might clean that too. But yeah, we're gonna just change this bad boy out. Pretty simple. 2 bolts right there and a vacuum line under there. You just pop it off, change it, easy peasy. All right guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Unfortunately, changing that map sensor really didn't do much. I took it for a test drive and it still has some bucking and stuttering or hesitation, I would say. Yeah, I have a few things that people are telling me. Check the fuel pressure, could be a bad fuel pump. I'm not really sure at this point, but I'm not gonna give up. Seems like a really easy fix. So if it's not the fuel pump, then I guess I'm gonna do injectors on it. Could be the fuel pump, could be injectors. I've done the distributor, cap and rotor, spark plugs, wires, TPS, clean the IAC. I may need to actually just replace that instead of cleaning it. And as you just saw, I cleaned the map sensor as well, changed the map sensor as well. And that didn't seem to help. So after I fix the exhaust, I am going to test fuel pressure on the fuel rail and see if the fuel pump is giving enough fuel for this to run right. If that isn't the problem, it's most likely injectors or a dirty fuel filter. We'll see. I'm not gonna give up, not gonna lose hope. If you guys got any comments, drop down below. Let me know what you think is going on here. You may know more than me. I'm willing to take in any ideas. I'm just gonna replace everything until this thing's fixed. It's a solid Jeep. I'm not gonna give up on it. It's my baby. Well, Josh's baby, but anyway, stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna try to upload a few times a week now, a couple times, at least once a week per minimum. So drop a like, subscribe as usual, and we'll see you in the next video, guys.